King for a day, every other day. The streets were mine wherever night fell upon them. My path seemed lit up like an Uber driver. Down Main Street, my visage would turn to mirage. The street had a bottom, and I continued moving to the bottom of it. I went around behind the buildings. I took my backpack off, where I set my bicycle down, before heading into the bar for a beer I had come to afford. The place seemed to meet the locals' definition of dead. I was disappointed that I had already made the irreversible decision to spend time there. A beer purchase is irreversible. I finished the beer more quickly than a hustler ought to. I went outside to see if it was at all interesting and to consume cigarette smoke. Before I even tried to notice anything, I put a cigarette to my lips and lit it. I noticed some men further at the end of the building, where originally I had entered. Many of them were sitting in chairs. I walked over to them, puffing away. I looked at each of them. They were each of them listening intently to the eldest man, who was sitting in the center chair. I started to listen too, but as soon as I started, he pointed me out, which was strange because I looked a little different than the others, which suggests some sort of club. "You! Get out!" he said, yelling. I looked at him dumbfounded. "I know who your friends are." I truly was misidentified. I was barely 22 and green. I wore sunglasses for the blues. "I drink from anyone's can, but I'm not too fond of being yelled at, man. Would you like my autograph? Yes, indeed, behind these sunglasses are the weariest eyes you've ever seen." I took them off to show him. "It's not from indulgent intelligence, but memory. I'm here for all the same reasons you are." I look at the other men who are now looking at me, reflecting his outrage automatically, reflecting not only their respect but also his control over them. He pacifies them until he needs them, like now. I didn't really understand back then why they would take arms against a stranger. I wasn't really scared of them because I was stupid. Fuck them if they can't take a joke was my attitude. "Men, can't you see that the demon in me is rum, but also you? Above all, you, men." My words caused not a stir in them. The old man stood from his chair. He was still at the center of them, and the boys were still fanned out like defenders to the King Macbeth. I took a puff at my cigarette as I gasped. I slowly put it out without moving my eyes from them in case they moved on me. Then I slowly backed up. My bicycle's behind the building. As much as I'd like to, I can't change that fact. I will need to pass through you fellows in order to leave as you have asked," I said rather quietly. They made a hole, and I rode out of there, thankful to be free.